Hello everybody and welcome back to Contest of Speed European 3. This is of course Season 10. Today we are in Imola for round 6 of the EU3 Championship. You're of course, as always, you're joined by me, Marina Rat, and in a minute or two we're going to see Matty Robbo join me in the booth. As always, I'm going to get everything out ready. And yeah. So first out, it's going to be the Mercedes of Spudhead. We're going to go to him. So we follow him around. We're going to look at him for the first lap off Imola. Hopefully sound is good. And there you go. You see Spudhead start his lap. We go into this cam right here. And we're going to hit the first corner of the second corner of Variante Tamburello. Secondly, we're going to go into Variante Villeneuve. Into turn 7 for Tossa. Then we take a slight bend up the hill. Turn 8 into turn 9, Piratella, and he goes wide, but it's still going to count into turn 10 and turn 11, 12 and 13, Acqua Minerali, into turns number 14 and 15, Variante Alta. Now turn 16 and turn 17, 18, these two corners are called Rivazza because of course it is a double apex. Rivazza finished and onto the start finish line, Variante Bassa. There you go, Spudhead with the first lap of today of 17.4. Hopefully you can hear my voice. I'm going to turn the There you go, sorry for that. Evenings, Cornish Lad and Death Storm. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Cam Tizzle sets the fastest lap of the race so far. Surely though, it's going to get beaten very soon. As we see Sneaky Tom, no. Who have I missed? CLR Pipertech and then Donny Bravis coming to the line. And it's going to be 16.9 P2. Immediately, Max with the fastest lap of, well, currently with 4 tenths ahead of Cam Tizzle. Next up, I think we have B&B Geordie, a fast lap this one. It's going to be a 16.5, so very decent lap there from Mac. He's actually gone out and beaten Geordie there, and there you go. I can finally hear you. Hello, Matty. Welcome to the booth. Hello, Matty.
Good evening, how are we all?
Brilliant, we are doing fantastically. We've got a brilliant race ahead of us. Seems like the overlays are not really working.
It's always my fault though, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I got moaned at for last week for not doing it, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Should be exciting. And there's some points to be proven, I feel, this evening.
Absolutely. Look at already how close the grid is. Of course, let's just look past P1 because that's a very decent time from Mac there. After that, it's very, very close.
Yeah, Mac won comfortably here last night in EU4. I'm hoping it's the tier and not the driver, so hopefully he can put on a good show. Him and Donny can renew their rivalries, as Donny's moved up to EU3 as a permanent basis, so it should be exciting, but can't look past the B&B boys once again.
Absolutely, and as you see, a 16.3 from an EU4 driver in EU3 lobbies sets pole currently, provisionally, by 1.5 tenths, so that is a very, very decent time for Mac. B&B Geordie normally also setting a very decent time, and actually quite a lot slower. I'd say 1.5 tenths is pretty slow. Quite a lot in this tier.
It is, but it's a track where lots can be gained, but lots can be lost at the same time. It's a very difficult track to master over such a short lap. But
oh, absolutely.
There should be many thrills and spills.
I couldn't agree more there. This is such a gainable and losable track at the same time. And it's just a slight turn in that changes everything, could gain you 2 tenths. Well, that is for a lot of tracks, but especially for this track. It really does count, just getting that perfect turn in and perfect exit. So I'm just going to watch Jinx here go around. Hopefully we won't jinx him tonight. Wordplay. There you go. We already jinxed him.
He's here all week, folks.
Oh. Thank you, New York. It's been a pleasure. We're going to Two-Spell then, who is heading through turn number 7. Tossa, sorry.
Tossa.
This is an Italian track.
Don't say it the first way, because if you pronounce it slightly wrong, it sounds a very rude word in English.
It's Italian. Well, at least I think it is. Like every other name for the track. Into Variante Alta. Number 14 and 15. That very, very tricky chicane to get right. You have to hit the curb at the first one and then actually, well, you almost have to go completely over it. And that is something that's very difficult to do. Let's see what Two-Spell has done. It's not looking too strong. So it's a 120.6 from the Wizard, from Mr. Two-Spell.
Flying.
Absolutely, and he's gone straight back into a lap, which I think probably the best decision from him. August Reflux though, still on his lap. Seems to be doing quite well here. Tass. Believe.
Are you okay? What's the matter with Tass?
I have no idea. This is.
Don't worry, we had the same problem last night. We shall just persist on with it and perhaps may need to go old school.
Oh, old school like last week. That was a beautiful, beautiful race. But August puts it into provisional P16 with a 17.8. Almost 3 seconds quicker than Two-Spell. And as I say that, we get
our American friend
Cam Tizzle in P2. And Spudhead immediately beats him. 16.2 from Spudhead.
It's flying.
Incredible lap there from Spud.
I tell you what, you love to see it, really. Honestly, Spud on pole is a magical moment.
Yeah, it happens kind of rarely, but when it happens, it's usually a very, very good thing. As you get to see him spin out of the lead. I'm just joking. Spud can do masterpieces from P1.
Cam's in for Wisey Boy, so that's a straight Alpine swap. They're all straight swaps this evening. Max in for Steve in the McLaren, that's another straight swap, and Valentine's in the empty seat for the Alfa Romeo. So all those guys coming in will score constructors points for their teams, which is good news.
Yeah, some consistent races here. That's good to see.
For the overall constructors, because that got released. Did you see the?
I did.
Did you see the standings?
I did see that. Alpine in P3, not too shabby. The most active team chat in the league.
solid P7. I like to apologise to EU3 where most of the points have come from for EU2's shocking performance
display.
again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say
We
sorry again.
We started well.
I don't even think I have a point yet. I don't have a point yet. I actually know that for a fact.
Yeah. I only scored a point last week for being a lap down.
And that's just something you love to see. Especially when you know you never give up, really. Never give up. There's always a possibility of everyone crashing in front of you, and then all of a sudden you've got a win on your hands, yeah?
Yes, Spud, you have just done... You'll be listening to this as well, so I know you are. Yes, you have just done that.
Oh.
He said he's pulled that lap out of his... and yes.
Out of his bottom.
Yes, out of his behind.
And Donny Brav improves, does he? I believe he did. Slightly.
Oh, Lewis, that's an amazing line through Aqua Minerale you've just taken there.
Let's see what Race is doing. If you don't know, Racer is also known as Lewis, which is his real name.
Sorry.
Some people don't know that.
No, Max retired though, and Not Rapid is also retired.
The same place. Oh, let's see if we can find it.
Just a little bit further up. Let's go 16.6, so he tucks himself somehow in between everybody.
There you go, parked on the track, as you can see. I think that's done.
And the exit, that's the exit of Tamburello.
Yeah, very tricky corner. If you do hit the sausage curbs, which it can be, you can't gain from it, but you can also just lose everything and crash out and die.
A bit dramatic, but probably
dramatic,
about right.
Yeah, sorry.
That's alright, it's fine. Go for it.
Jinx. Ooh. A bit wobbly. Very wobbly, actually, taking out the braking boards. I think that's a connection error, rather than just him being wobbly.
Yeah, it doesn't look great from my screen. My eyes are hurting looking at that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Dan's the 10th and a half up, but he's just run a little bit too deep into Aqua Minerale and has lost all of that time.
Cygate with time of the day, it's a 1 minute 52. And he instantly starts a new lap. As you can see, a lot of people exiting the pits. Very, very long pit lane. Oh.
There you go. I knew that was going to happen. A few of these guys out of sync a little bit.
Yeah. Also known as desync, which is a horrible word.
Desync.
I do not enjoy desync at all because it just ruins it all, doesn't it?
It sounds great.
It's good in the mouth, but the meaning of the word is very sad indeed. Cam Tizzle, P2 for now. Could he improve though? He is, well, barely 1.5 tenths away from Spud. Let's see what his sector 2 is like. Coming up here, he's just under a tenth up on his time.
Him and Yordi are going to be very close to each other, I think, if they take very similar lines through this last sector.
Sorry, my Siri just went off. But Cam Tizzle, what is it going to be for him? Just kind of slightly missing the apex there. Hits it nicely though on that second part.
He comes in.
And Cam Tizzle is going to slow down. He does not want pole, interestingly enough.
It's a long run down to turn 1. That's the thing. It's one of the well, I say it's one of the longest. It's one of those. It's slipstream is very strong around here. Very strong.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's actually best to start P2 or P1. I don't think there's really anything to say about it. Real Life starts his lap there. Or he finishes a lap and immediately starts a new one. Let's see if there's anyone who actually is finishing a lap. Agus Reflux, nope.
Nope. Not like that, he isn't. Oh, Footy's dropped in.
We have Valentine, one of the...
Oh, and he's
dropped it again. He has.
Yeah, nearly into his own teammate. That would have been very good.
Here comes Valentine though.
Oh,
And a
was up as well.
half a second improvement there from Valentine. Decent. 117.0. And then we've got Cornish Mantis from the Cornish crew. Here he comes, and it's not going to be.
It's going to start. It's going to start again.
Spudhead starts a new lap, I reckon. That was.
Yeah, we had to back out the one before because Footy came across him. I don't think he's going to have enough ERS to go again here, so it's going to be very difficult to beat said lap.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully he's sitting.
It's not going to be possible. He's already 2 seconds down here.
He is. Well, Spud's up through.
Is he up?
Yeah, he's up through sector 1, but the problem is now he's got no battery, so it's 10%, so he's just going to burn it, and as he's going up the hill, it's just going to have no effect whatsoever.
It's a bit sad for Spud. It looks like a strong lap though. Maybe he can keep pole.
He's clean, but yeah, he's got no ERS to help him. He's lost like a 10th there, and it didn't really make much of a mistake, to be fair.
Right, it's just the ERS. It kind of at 10% you don't really get the full blast effect from the ERS as you normally would get.
No, and he's gonna. Pretty sure he's gonna back out this lap and go in. Donny's up by 2 tenths though.
This could be interesting here. Donny Brav. Spudhead's retired fairly.
Still up by 2 tenths.
Cam Tizzle's also retired. Donny Brav could set pole position right here, right now.
This will be the pole time with not many of his rivals out there to do anything about it.
And here he comes. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, he's lost a lot of time in that last sector there.
Yeah, he did. Yordi is nearly 2 tenths up through sector 1, so this is the next person that can possibly take it away. We will watch.
Geordie's a classic example of someone who just absolutely practices as much as possible. He's always prepared. He's always got the right setup for the track.
Lewis has put himself into 6th place.
Very decent. I think that's his best placement so far in the season.
It would be up there. Dan is going again. There, Yordi.
Here he
fairly
comes.
Tidy.
It's
Championship leader.
This is looking very good for Geordie. Oh, and it's very good.
16-0. Spud's off. Been knocked off pole.
That's a decent lap from Geordie there. Spud is going to be gutted, but can't really knock him. It's 2 tenths faster.
Oh, I'll tell you what. If Dan was 2 tenths down in the first sector, he's now 3 tenths up, so he's had a massive middle sector.
Yeah, perhaps he had a slight mistake there in the middle sector on his previous laps, and then
runs it as far as he can without losing it. Oh, that was close. Kept it together though to the line.
Oh, and it's
P2. Goes second.
Decent lap there from Dan. Spud now down into P3, and we still have Agast coming around. He's going to go into the pits, and that is it for qualifying.
Tight qualifying. 1.6 seconds separates pretty much everybody.
Yeah, from P1 down to P20, I think that's brilliant.
A second covers the top, well, just over a second covers the top 15. Reflux in there as well, so should be a very close race. Gone with as expected, but there's a few names up there that can cause some issues.
Oh, I'm going to go for a classic one. Let's get our predictions out. What are you going to go for?
I am going to go Yordi.
Geordie.
Yeah. Cam Mack.
Cam and Mack.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's a good prediction. I'm just going to run through the finishing positionings of the qualifying, and then I'm going to give you my predictions. So Geordie in P1, Dan in P2, and Spudded in P3. Cam Tissel P4, Mac P5, Donny Brab in P6, Racer or Lewis in P7, Cygate in P8, Not Rapid in P9, and Sneaky Tom sneaking it in to the top 10. Cornish Mantis in P11, B&B Real Life in 12th, Valentine in 13th, Jinx in 14th, Mr. Two Spell Wizard in 15th, August Reflux in 16th, Footy in 17th, CLR Pipertech in 18th, Dan in 19th, and Max in 20th. My prediction is going to be very, very simple. It is going to consist of Geordie, who wins the race. We have Spudded in P2, and who's it going to be in P3? Oh, I'm going to go for Lewis. I'm going to go for Lewis.
So Spud will be dancing
Around
around the shed if he gets a podium. That would be amazing.
I'd really like to see that.
I think we all love to see that. So championship leader is expected. Well, we're predicting to win. I mean, I say championship leader. He's miles ahead of everyone else.
Yeah. So pretty easy to predict him as a winner in the race. Of course, as we do the formation lap at the start of the race. So we're going to have some time to talk about Imola, or the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. So the Ferrari brothers.
I therefore hear a Danish man with good English speaking an Italian accent.
I am also part Italian.
What? No, this is fantastic.
Okay. Well, when was the track built? It's called, and it actually had its foundation stone laid in March of 1950, and it was already ready for testing by October 1952. After that, racing began at the circuit in 1953. Imola first hosted a non-championship F1 race in 1963, but it would take some politicking with Monza in 1980 before the track was awarded the honour of hosting the Italian Grand Prix for the first time that year. From 1981, the two tracks worked together in perfect harmony, with Imola taking on its famous San Marino title and going on to host a total of 27 Grand Prix up until 2006. It returned as a venue for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in 2020 under COVID restrictions. Let's look at the tyres.
Quite an array. Well, I say array. Mediums.
We've got medium tyres for pretty much everyone. B&B Real Life on softs with Two Spell Wizard and Dan with August Reflux, and Max starting on hard tyres. So, going to be interesting to see. Early safety car is going to bring a lot of the medium tyres into the pits onto the hard tyre, which is going to make it very far, pretty much to the end. As we line up on the grid, Geordie in first, Dan in P2, and Spud in P3.
We saw mediums last night going to around lap 12 to 14, and everyone then picked it onto the hard tyre. But then obviously EU4, so safety cars came out. So strategy wasn't really play a massive part. Be interesting to see if Matt can live with the pace of EU3 in the race.
Oh, and I think that's Dan who span around almost into the pits there.
Awkward.
Very awkward. Pipertech disqualified. It's difficult to line the car up on the grid.
To gain maximum advantage from it.
Here we go. 3 red lights. 4, 5. And we're off. Not yet, but in just a second. Geordie's going to go off, and that is the start of the race. I can barely see anything. Dan looks like he's had a very good start. Spud 2. And Cam Tissel still holding on. Spud, and it's carnage!
Oh, not again.
And Spud already down to P18.
That happened last season in this EU3 race. Camping Ducks was the victim. Didn't last very long.
I remember that race as it
And
was
it's happened again.
my second
Jinx
win.
has just been disqualified, but that's because he's not been able to rejoin. Cam's race, well, Cam, it can only get better later, hopefully.
Jinx has joined, but he is disqualified, so nothing.
It's not his fault. It's also not our fault. That's
Yeah.
EA being.
EA being EA. Well, the safety
Yeah.
car, we didn't really get any racing there. Let's see if we can get any racing today.
I would love to go and see what that crash was all about.
I think it was a 4 wide, actually. Same as last season. A 4 wide into turn 1, and someone just slightly moved, going into someone else, and then that caused a chain reaction.
So position changes. Dan spud. Well, the guys near the front and the back, which is annoying.
Yeah, Dan and
Well,
Spud both missing a front wing here.
Yeah, not great.
Luckily, I don't need TAS to see that. It's quite obvious. Max, though, gaining 4 positions. The biggest winner of the start was actually Dan, who gained 6 positions off the start. Of course, 4 of them being spinners, but 2 of them not being spinners. Sygate is into the pits, and that's a hard tyre. And questionably, is that going to make it to the end? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I don't know. Sygate opting for a very aggressive strat, in my opinion. What do you think, Matty?
Sorry, I nearly choked there. That was not very good. The hard tyres will go to the. Well, I like to think they'll go to the end.
Well, if we're going to see another safety car, it might not hurt him that much, but hard tyre from lap 1, I doubt it's going to make it to the end, at least not optimal.
There's not really much you can do. I think I'm not surprised to see that there's been a.
Just want to highlight the question.
Foray into the pitch.
Just want to highlight the question from Morgan in the Twitch chat. Is this EU4? Well, did this happen in EU4 last night?
I think it's more of the carnage, and if so, yeah.
It did.
I think something did happen last night. I think someone did die. Well, I say die. It sounds very dramatic. Someone did
crash. Yeah.
Dump very early.
Safety car's going to go for another round here, and then just going to have the Haas of Dan and the Mercedes of Spud catching back up, and then surely Bert Mylander will be back into the pits where he belongs.
Just, I would like to say, I don't know what the intervals are, but they've gone a bit weird.
Intervals, yeah. Now let's look at some footy, yeah. How about that?
There is some footy.
We had Stevenage versus Wycombe Wanderers today. 3-0 Stevenage, actually. That's interesting.
Go on the hinge.
EFL Trophy currently. Salford City versus Accrington Stanley in the 90th minute. And it's going to penalties. Wimbledon winning 3-1 against Crawley Town. I have a soft spot for Wimbledon. The original Dons.
The original.
Forest Green Rovers beating Newport County 2-0. And Ipswich Town beating Arsenal's U23 2-0.
Unlucky. The under-21's unlucky. We go again next year, boys. It's fun.
Yeah, I would love to tell you more about them, but I actually cannot name a single Arsenal U23 player. Safety car in, and that is Bert Mylander turning off the safety car lights. We're going to get Geordie controlling the pack in Sector 3. I'm going to take a sip of my Faxecondi, and then we're going to be off. And I have forgot to turn on telemetry and lap data. So here he goes, and I think he's dropped Mac. Absolutely.
He's dropped a few of them. Lewis has responded, actually the best out of the top four, and he's on the back of the McLaren in front. We're going to go 2 wide back here. It's Robin and not Rapid.
He's just going to stick it out there. Cornish just staying in front there.
Dan's past Valentine, so the guys on the soft tyres are going to try and make use of them to start off with.
Yeah, he's got 3 laps, not really 3 laps though. Oh, when he goes a little bit wide, Valentine's going to be able to answer back here on the outside. Dan is going to keep it though. Oh, is he though? Because Valentine's actually got him. Brilliant.
I'll tell you what, Mantis is going side by side with Not Rapid up to 6. Not Rapid's got it done. Williams of Robin then comes through and takes advantage, so good move for the Williams there. Dan's down to 12th in amongst it and stuck behind a hard run on, which isn't going to be.
Oh, and I'm going to go straight to Lewis and Donny, bruv, because Donny was very close to him, but he's just lost it there on the curve there, the gap he had with Lewis. And now his teammate Sneaky Tom is setting up a move. Are we going to see a cheeky little move from Sneaky Tom in the Red Bull?
Oh! Down the inside of side gate, kind of just moved him out of the way, really.
He's going to go back for it. I think he's going to try it. He is. He's going to battle that out. He's going to win that place back. And Dan has...
Wow, the Ferrari's quick in a straight line.
Yeah.
Both of them making moves.
What was it that Ferrari said in the olden days? Aerodynamics was for wussies, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Well, currently, that's not really the case, isn't it? Because Ferrari has one of the most aerodynamic cars in real life. That Red Bull's just better.
Max has let through Dan. Dan's on the charge here. If there's not going to be another safety car, he's going to have to look after these hard tyres all the way through to the end. Or he can jump on some softs maybe, or mediums towards the end, because he's with the pack.
We've got a beautiful
helicam. So can still one stop, Not Rapid, is, well, being rapid.
Yeah, he's very, very close to Sneaky Tom, and Robin right behind him is also really having a charge. A DRS enabled. It's not going to be on this lap here. Next lap though, they're going to have DRS down the main straight.
One DRS zone, of course, around this track.
Only one yet. And there he goes, Not Rapid. He's going to go for the inside move, and he spun. And he's not ghosted in time.
Did not ghosted in time. Wizards out, no!
And that's another safety car. He's
Absolute
not ghosted in time.
Carnage.
Super, super unlucky for Robin there. He's lost his front wing.
You know what? I'm having PTSD because I saw Williams get spun around yesterday and then get collided with because he didn't ghost. That was Shane.
This game never fails to surprise. And 2 spells out as well. Super, super unlucky. He was looking fast as well. He was looking very fast. Looked like slight contact with Sneaky Tom on the inside. Just clipping his rear wheel. Perhaps that's going to be a cheeky little send in to the stewards. Because I can't actually tell you what exactly happened there. I did not have the...
So Donny and Not Rapid sort of touched and then not pretty sure it was Donny. Maybe it was Sneaky Tom. Sorry, maybe it was Sneaky Tom actually. It was one of the Red Bulls. And then obviously Not Rapid's car then sat right in the middle of the racetrack, and many cars, you know, dispersed in many directions, but couldn't quite avoid them all. The soft runners are going to take this opportunity though to pit, which isn't a bad thing.
Valentine as well going for the hard tyre. I think that's the right decision from here. He can go to the end on those hard tyres. And now that I look back on it, Sygate, who went on the hard tyres earlier, on the first lap actually, he's actually really finessed it here, because now he's got 2 safety cars under his belt and not that much wear on his tyres. So it's perfect. It's played out perfectly for Cygate. But we're already missing four drivers, which is, of course, not optimal. But happens from time to time.
Yes, thank goodness for a grid of 20, yeah. Who'd have thought?
Oh, and Donny Brad perhaps taking a warning there, just going wide under the safety car.
Oh, don't get me started. Not penalties behind the safety car, surely not.
Oh, it happens more often than you'd think, but no penalties have been given out yet. Might be because of the that we've only had real 2 laps of racing.
We have. Track limits around here are a little bit weird, so you can run it wide in some corners and get away with it. A bit like it was in real life, where the white line isn't actually the track limit, it's where it's red, yellow, red, white and green. It's a bit strange.
That's very, very weird. Same for the corner Piratella, turn 9 up there, the long left-hander is quite like Copse Corner in Silverstone, where if you just go extra wide, you do not get that warning that you probably deserve. Or if you lift, of course. I mean, I don't mind people lifting to get off a warning. If they, however, do get the warning, it's not going to get removed.
I think if you put your car in a place where you're going to possibly pick up a warning, you may not pick up a warning. That's down to your own risk.
Exactly.
Interesting. Robin's gone for the mediums.
Well, he started on hards, didn't he? No, he did not. He started on softs.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said it.
Yeah, absolutely
correct. Go to the mediums, which is, well, considering everyone else has gone to the hard tire, that is a very interesting choice. I can't invite Jinx back. You know he's been disqualified. Jinx won't be returning either.
I can tell you about the Salford City versus Accrington Stanley. Salford City did end up winning on penalties 4-2.
I love a penalty shootout.
Yeah, and well, clearly they know what they're doing. At Salford, I believe they're owned by, who is it? Lampard.
It's the class of '92.
Class of
which
92,
is
yeah.
Neville, Gary Neville, Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes, all those. Manchester United.
Jamie Carragher. No, he was much later, wasn't he?
Jamie Carragher's also a Liverpool fan, so you're about to get slaughtered in the UK. So it's been a pleasure knowing you.
We'll
move on quickly before...
Yeah, let's just see as we restart the race, and B&B Geordie's looking like he's gotten away pretty well. Lewis, though, still in P3. He's gotten a very good restart as well. Mack under pressure immediately from Lewis behind. Is he going to go for a move here? I doubt it. I really doubt it, though. It's a yellow flag.
Yeah, because they're all slowing down. Someone went alongside each other on the restart, so these guys have all just mucked their race up a little bit here.
Spudded back into P11.
Spud and Dan. Oh,
that was close. That was very, very close. Dan's
acquaintances off on the track and off the track. They're going to go side by side.
Yep. There
Dan's
you go.
through again. Spud's going to go. He's got a better run into Toaster. Here we go.
And
majestic.
Very, very majestic Mercedes tactics, as you would say. Footy TM also just getting ahead of Dan. Now, Dan's already losing a very, very good amount of time to the Mercs. There might be caused by damage. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's just I believe he's dropped off there.
Just a regular drop off, as Dan in P8 is.
Spud's also lost the position to 30, so I don't know what's happened here. Some very strange things going on.
Yeah, not really that much teamwork there at Mercedes. I don't know. I have no idea. But Dan, perhaps getting a move on here. Oh, it's going to be difficult though. A DRS train has like slightly formed already.
Jordy's done what he needed to do at the moment, just about keeping Mac out of reach.
Yeah, Mac is
oh, and Reflux went wide and squeezes the pass down off the track, I think. Yeah, locks up.
That's unlucky. That is very unlucky. Now look at the pile up down there. Footy and Spudhead both getting ahead. Now Footy in the points, Spud right behind. And there he goes. Racer or Lewis gets the first penalty of the day.
Shoddy.
Big no-no there from Lewis. But I believe he is the most penalised driver on the grid so far.
If that stat is true, that's a very good stat you just brought up there. I'm impressed.
Cheers. I appreciate it.
Not just on the if he's the most penalised driver of the season in terms of track limits, that would be very interesting.
I can actually check because we do have the stats in the EU3 penalties. So, from warnings, it was actually Red Mask and Geordie and Dan and Sneaky Tom in front. Sneaky Tom and Racer, though, sharing P4.
That is a fantastic stat, as Geordie's gone with the fastest lap as well.
And both of the Dans have actually had the most stop and goes. Two stop and goes each.
So gap between the leaders that need to pit still.
Yeah, the
freshest hard runner is Footy. Footy's about 10 seconds, 10.3 seconds off the lead.
And that's a massive.
Cornish spun. Footy's got a penalty.
Yeah, and Footy, just as it was looking perfect for Footy's, grabbed a 3-second penalty there. Not optimal there, but perhaps there could be some warnings to be removed. I think that counts for a lot of the warnings already, as we did have an absolute horrific start to the race. And a not rapid spinning out, so perhaps avoiding a car getting a warning for some of the drivers. And as we see, it's just a train from P7 and down to P12. You can really see how bunched up they are. Lead of the train being August Reflux, who does have a lot of dirt on that car. So he's been around in the gravel. And from here on, there's not much to happen really until the pit stops. I think perhaps we're going to get to see a pit stop within the next 5 laps here from either, from the medium runners and the 3 hard runners who pitted early on.
Looking further down. Something's going to give here, and I think it'll be this time around.
Sygate here, perhaps losing a position to Footy. Footy's going to go around the outside here, and then it turns to the inside. I think Footy's got this position, you know. There he goes, he's just ahead before the braking zone.
Oh, and the Haas and the... Oh, and Footy's got great overspeed on the Haas as well, because the Haas got pinched by the Alpha Tower. He spuds on and move up on Sygate as well. He's going to go round the outside, just about squeezes that one through.
That's a great
and I think the Haas is in... Max is in trouble again. Oh, he definitely is now, because I think...
He's just spun it,
him and Footy may have had a bit of contact there.
Footy absolutely on the charge right now. Went from P13, I think it was, up to now P8, and Lewis gets another penalty.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that's actually 6 warnings or just a straight up 3 seconds, because that can happen here. Robin was about 6 or 7 seconds off the back of these at one point. He's now in amongst it as he goes down the inside of Max, who's just had a very, well, wasn't his fault, but he had a very poor lap.
Yeah, and funnily enough, if the warnings in the statistics are exact, then Racer is in fact now the leader of the warnings.
Yes. Robin kind of let Max back through there because Robin's now going to pick up. Yeah, he's going to be easy this time. He's going to pick up the DRS, goes to the outside. He's got more ERS to use than the Haas in front and gets that move done. Reflux and Spud have come to blows, but Footy's off.
That's unlucky Footy.
Oh, and he ghosted Dunn ghosted at a really horrible point.
Yeah, Dan absolutely doing a brilliant job to just about miss him. Great reflexes there from Dan, the Haas man. I've got to stop. Lewis though, having been overtaken by Donny, he still has a 2-second gap to
Dan around the outside. I can't remember what that corner name is. I'm going to cheat. Peritella.
Yes.
That was disgusting.
Around the outside of Piratella. I'm sorry I missed that. That would have been a great move to get. Dan now very, very close to Dan.
Valentine going to go down round the outside into the chicane. What a move. Some beautiful racing going on here.
Max needs to recollect here. He's got 33 seconds behind, so unless he spins and does some weird stuff.
Right, here we go again then. Round 2 of the carnage, and they've all not got any RS, so this could be entertaining. Spud's got past Reflux, that was pretty simple. That's into turn 1.
Further down the field, I think Footy's gonna go for a move.
They didn't. No one really got a good run, to be fair, which was kind of strange.
Yeah. Jesse Hilly absolutely abusing the TAS in the Twitch chat.
Love to see it.
You love to
Footy
see it,
this time is going to be ahead of Sygate, maybe. I don't know, he's off the track. Sygate's going to hold it round the outside. He is.
Good defending there from Sygate. Ooh, and there
runs
he
deep
goes.
low.
There he goes. I think Footy's got it here. Oh, this is going to be...
Spud's got 3. Oh, that's going to be close. Dan and Dan have come together. And someone else has
Spud has
gone
right there.
off.
Oh, and I think he's gone into the back of him there, Dan.
Close.
Oh,
I don't know what's happened. The Haas is off. I don't know if the Mercedes here or not. Couldn't see. Max in the pits.
Well, one thing's certain, you should not go for a move there. And another thing, you should never go 3 wide. As we just saw, it's not going to work. There you go. Pit stops now. Mac is in the pits. He's changed to the hard tyre. CLR Pipertech has done the same. BB Geordie has stayed out. And Tony Brav picks up.
Spud had an interest in that because he had overtaken the AlphaTauri of Reflux in front. He's then gone behind said people, then got back in front, and he's now 6th and 1.4 seconds behind Reflux, which is interesting to say the least. That was a very chaotic lap. Dan also picked up a penalty in 7th whilst fighting the Haas of Dan. It's a bit of a confusing one for people.
Very confusing. I think we should just call him X427 or the Ferrari man. Dan is out! And Dan is out! And that is Aqua Minerale, I think. No! He's crashed into someone.
He has, and I don't know who it was. It looked to be possibly Alfa Romeo Valentine.
And Geordie, of course, he's in. That is perfect for Geordie, Donny, and Racer, and Sticky Tom and Agast. And Spudded as well.
Right. It's right in the for the mediums. It's right in their window. For the hard runners, they could come in. I would suspect they would come in and go onto the medium tyres.
No hard tyres for.
Footy's going to carry on, which is kind of what we expect. So he's going to take the lead. So Yordi's going to come out ahead of Donny. Lewis is going to be 4th. Valentine's going to continue on, and he's going to come out in between. Yeah, in between Yordi and Donny. So that's going to be a pain in the backside for the Red Bull. Mac. Well, Mac didn't really lose out that much. He's 5th. but
For Valentine there,
ever so slightly screwed there, a little bit.
yeah, this is our third safety car. We're running out of things to talk about. There's not a lot of footy on today, so
It's winning. Footy's winning.
footy is winning.
Footy's always the win.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Geordie, that's perfect for Geordie because Valentine's gonna. Well, if Geordie plays it perfectly, he's gonna overtake Footy, keep him in his DRS, and then just let people form up behind you. Ooh, form up behind him there. And Dan has left the session. Of course, he crashed out sadly. The 3 safety cars in a race is fairly rare these days.
Going back to Lewis's penalties, yes, they are legitimate penalties and warnings. He's had many.
Yeah. How many now?
I've looked at his race director. That was enough for me. He's on 6 seconds. So I think he's only another warning or 2 away from picking up a.
So 6 warnings already. 6 plus 2, 12.
Right.
It's going to be 18. So he's pretty much already overtaken Red Mask, who's not racing today. Who's actually not racing. That's all.
Good news. Well, that is impressive from Red Mask because Red Mask did that as a reserve driver.
Yeah, that's very impressive actually. That is incredibly impressive.
And only did that in
2-3 races.
There's been 2 Haas reserve drivers in this tier, so that's 2 races.
So 9 warnings per race, 9 seconds of penalties per race for Red Mask.
I'm pretty sure it's the 1 race that he's done, which is impressive to say the least.
Yeah, got to say it is difficult to keep it on track at some of the tracks. And yeah, I've got to agree with Troye there. Mac did just kind of get screwed off there because he had pitted the lap prior. Same had Spud, I believe.
Yeah,
Pipe Tech.
The thing is, they would have been screwed, but at the same time, it's not a massive disaster at the moment. He's still theoretically still a net P3, but we don't know if Footy and Valentine are going to try and make those to the end. I think they will try and attempt them.
It is very tempting. It is very, very tempting. And now that there is 3 safety cars, I believe it is quite possible, as I say that, Ben Mylander has turned off his lights, and Footy is controlling the pack in sector 3.
Thanks for that wonderful information there, Blades.
Yeah, thank you for telling us. In fact, Contest of Speed is so portable, you can take it on your phone and watch it on the loo, in the train, and if you've got Wi-Fi, you can watch it on a plane.
Why not? So is Footy gonna? Yeah, Footy's gonna wait pretty much. This is going quite quickly though. He has now gone.
And Geordie's gonna instantly take him. Valentine is there too. Geordie.
Mac's gonna take Donny. There's an Alpine and a Red Bull. We're gonna. Oh my word! Yeah, and the Red Bull got it wrong.
There's 3 cars out.
And Lewis is out as well. Oh, Lewis and Reflux is gone. And what a disastrous restart.
Everyone's getting points. And Geordie absolutely aced the start. Overtook
Wow.
Footy and Valentine. No, Valentine was. Well, now Mac is not that screwed anymore, is he? That was shambles. Absolute shambles.
That was poor. And the thing was, from what I looked, it's the Red Bull that got that horribly wrong. For some reason, they were getting close together, but not too close. They would have been fine. And then he's made contact with another car, which has then obviously come back across, hit one, and then Reflux and Max have then had an instant further ahead as well, which, yeah.
It's not perfect. It really isn't.
A double Red Bull DNF in that, which, well, isn't ideal. So, gentlemen, you got to keep it all on track, because if you retire now, you still won't get your points.
Yeah, and you see, there's only, 3 pairs of cars left, and that's Cygate and Mac in that McLaren. It is Geordie and Real Life in that Williams and the Mercs of Footy and Spudhead. Everyone else is single. Valentine overtakes. Oh, quite some interesting overtaking there from Spud and Valentine. I think Max just misplaced his braking and went a little bit wide there. But Valentine looks really good here. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Valentine's doing right. Footy's also doing okay. Considering the number of laps we've had on the safety car, that actually the hards, the 13 laps of those hards actually aren't going to be as bad as what they look. Although the guys on the mediums will probably be in a much significantly better place at this moment in time. Also, the other thing is 4 of the 10 guys we got, which sounds crazy. 4 of the 10 guys who will remain actually got penalties, which should be interesting.
Yeah, but let's look at the bright side. Well, it's pretty much a goal, and Spud pushes Valentine onto the gravel, and he takes that P3 spot. Geordie gets the fastest lap. But it is kind of interesting to see that most of the guys without penalties have stayed in the race. If that is an interesting POV of things.
Yes. Max is all over the back of the Alfa Romeo.
And here comes Dan as well. Dan is in there on his 4-lap old medium tyres. They should be pretty good by now. Especially better than a 14-lap old hard tyre. And I think this is just super helpful for Geordie, because he's been leading the whole race. And, well, his main rivals are pretty much out already.
Yeah, they are, and it's
not that he really had any rivals to start off with.
Dominated the championship so far, but again, it's another race where, yes, he got a lead. It wasn't much of a lead. It was about similar to what he had now, but he not got himself into trouble. Spud has got the fastest lap, and he's rapidly closing in on his teammate.
There we go. Oh,
yeah, that was choreographed to perfection, I feel. Spud's now going to go see if he can try and attack the Williams and put just a little bit of pressure on.
Yeah, no, Geordie's got a very decent gap there, and the medium tyres are going to start degrading already in 3 laps time, and Spud is around.
Oh dear.
Just going to lose him. All of the overtakes he just made now down into P10. He's not going to be too happy about that.
Tiptoe on those tyres, you Spud, because they'll be screaming as you go into Piratella.
He's kept it nicely though. No real battles anymore now. 10 people left. It's going to be very difficult to commentate over. But we do have some battles. Cygate closing into Real Life, who it's not been his day today, has it?
No, it hasn't, but yet he's still currently sitting in 8th. Who would have thought, hey? You say there's not going to be any real battles. I think it's going to be quite interesting towards the end. We've got time penalties to take into consideration, as well as the field's still bunched up from 2nd down to where Spud is.
Now
Loads of chances.
Now you say penalties. I'm just going to look at the penalties. Mac has got a 5-second penalty. Footy, Dan and Spud only got 3 seconds.
Cygate's going to go past Robin. The Williams doesn't look particularly quick in a straight line. Oh, he's in the wall.
He's not out. He's not out.
He's not out, but he's in the wall. And it's a safety. Oh, it's a safety car. Maybe that's what Spud needs.
That's a very interesting call from the race director there.
That was probably going to be just a VSC. Right then, people, we're going to try again. What do you do if you want the... Well, I think it's quite simple, I think, and you know what you do as a leader. I know what I'm doing.
Footy is obviously going to go in, and I believe a soft tyre would be preferable.
I'll tell you what, That's a crazy suggestion. Yeah, of course it can be the soft tire.
And I'm gonna see. Is Geordie gonna go in? Gonna take the bait here, because those fresh softs are very, very tasty. He's gonna go in. Everyone's going
to go in. Everyone's going to go in. So they're going to have to watch the pit line and not
and
hit
Dan
each
stayed out.
other. Ah.
Any penalties? No. Cornish stayed out as well.
Brave people.
Very, very brave. Sidegate as well. So 3 people to overtake for Geordie, really.
Adam, this opens it up altogether.
And we're going to have, well, what? We're going to have 6 laps, 5 laps to go after this.
It's going to be, so we're currently going to have 8 laps after this one. The safety car will stay out for at least another one, so it'll be 7. So I reckon we're going to have 6 laps of racing. The first 2 are not going to have any DRS, so the last 4 laps is going to have the DRS available to us.
Geordie's going to have to make those move fast, though, because, you know, the soft tyre, it might last to the end, but it's not going to be optimal towards the end. At least for overtaking. He wants to get those moves done as fast as possible. But 8 laps on the soft tyre shouldn't be an issue for any driver. Unless you have set your tyre pressures too high, then it's going to be a very, very painful ride.
I'm just having a look at the restart. I've just seen some footage in the.
Oh, I would love
What
to.
the?
I would love to get that footage if I could.
You know what? I can send it your way, and it doesn't look very good for a certain individual. Let's put it that way. You can. Where are you? I've got to find you.
I am there. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not naming an individual, but I think you can.
I think I can
take
see
the hint.
Who's? Oh.
Yes. Doesn't look good, does it?
No. Oh. 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 I'm not going to say any names. That was a very, very interesting thing. I think it was actually.
Yes.
I think it was actually the driver behind him who made some contact with the driver, who then did turn into. Who was it? The McLaren?
I'm gonna have a look.
I think it was actually that car.
It's that looks very interesting. I'm sure the stewards are gonna have to probably look at that one if and when it gets sent in. It definitely gets. I'll be amazed if it doesn't.
Well, of course, it's gonna be a good decision from the stewards as always. I'm gonna see what their view on it. They're gonna be able to get all the footage, or hopefully they're gonna be, because then that means penalty points, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, penalty points, which as out involves quality bans, and you don't want that when you're trying to in amongst the championship fight.
Yeah,
especially when you're trying to go for a top 3, which is very important. Top 3 usually get promoted.
Safety cars in this lap. Dan is controlling the field in sector 3. Now, Dan, what do you have in your locker?
Well, what he has in his locker is, well, not much going for him in terms of time. He has a penalty. However, he's got a driver behind him on the hard tyres and another driver on the medium, so he has a 2-car buffer to the pool of sharks that are going to be chasing him down.
And he's got a second already on Cornish Mantis. Absolutely dropped him off the start.
Brilliant restart. Really good restart.
Sidegate instantly going to try and get the move done on Cornish Mantis, I believe.
Yeah, Geordie's going to have to be careful here. Don't trip over anyone.
Ooh.
That was very close. Sidegate's squirreling.
He's got cold tyres, that guy.
He has. Valentine is looking very punchy on the restart as well. They've all made it through Sector 1 pretty much. Valentine goes down the inside of... No, he tries to go down the inside of the Williams, but yet Footy nearly took advantage of them both.
Here comes Geordie now. He's got a very, very good... well, he's got good speed out of that corner, Aqua Minerale. Maybe he's going to go for the move here. It's not going to... No, it's not going to be close enough. Surely not. Or is he?
Too far back.
No.
No, they're... Just got to bide their time. Don't be rash. Oh, Valentine, 3 seconds. That's going to be costly because would have been fighting for the podium.
Gonna be a
Dan
pain.
did put away, but that gap is just hovering around a second. Really needs to try at the end of this lap to have a lead of more than a second, because otherwise these guys are going to have DRS and he's going to be a sitting duck. Yordi, championship leader, goes down the inside of Sygate. That was pretty easy.
Yeah. Passed way before the braking zone. He's got eyes on Cornish next. And after that, he should be back in the lead. Net, at least. Here he comes. Not going to be possible from there. Helicopter cam. Oh, it's beautiful. Ooh, and Cornish getting a bit squirmish out that corner there. Now Geordie's got a chance. Is he going to go for it? No. He's going to stay behind. He's going to wait his time. Valentine and Sygate really battling it out, though. There it comes.
Yeah, Geordie's going to go around the outside of Mantis Aqua Minerale. What a move. Mantis got a bit out of shape, and I'll tell you what, Sygate's now looking to close in as well. Mantis is going to defend the middle of the road.
And look at that. Geordie already caught straight up to Dan. Now, Dan, is he just going to be smart and let him through, or is he going to battle it?
He's going to fight it to the death.
I really hope he doesn't do that. I really, really hope.
Valentine is a little bit all over the place. Footy down the inside of Sygate. That was a bit... Oh, and Footy's gone.
Oh.
I'm not surprised. The move wasn't really on. It was very aggressive, trying to get past the McLaren. Max past Pipe Tech. Valentine's past Cornish Mantis again. Spud past Sygate into turn 1. That was bold. Sygate again looks to be struggling with the front tyres more than anything.
Yeah, he's really not got heat into those tyres, and now perhaps the tyres have just gone out of fashion, really.
Mac is pushing his teammate through Tozer.
Oh, it's really, really going to be interesting as we get a yellow flag and as Footy again.
Footy's retired.
And he's retired on... Is he retired on track, or is it...
I can't see the car. If the car moves, then it's retired on track. But if
It
it's
does.
not moving...
No,
Yep, there you go then.
Sad times for Footy. Hopefully not another safety car.
Well, that's why we don't... That's why you don't retire on track, because otherwise you will. Robin...
Span it around Robin there.
Alright, here come the Sharks. They're circling.
Yeah, Geordie's very low on ERS. Dan has just absolutely aced his ERS usage.
Pipe Tech past Sygate. Those medium tyres on Sygate's car are crying at the moment.
Geordie not really seeming to be able to get...
Spud's round! No, Spud is round!
Oh, sad times for Spudhead, who's looking so good at the start of the race. Well, at the immediate start of the race. After that point, it wasn't looking good.
Hang on. Yordi's going to go for a move here for the lead. Try to get a run up to Piratella.
And now Aqua Minerale, he's not close enough though.
Spud and Robin are spinning around. It's like synchronised driving. It's fantastic.
And here he goes. Is Geordie going to go for the move? No. Oh, is he though?
He is. Park the car.
And there he goes. That's him through. Easily.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you what though, I'll be happy to let him through.
Yeah, Dan
seeing that.
Yeah, that was a brilliant move.
Seeing that red light flash on that Williams is a bit of a motivator.
Here comes Valentine as well. He's not going to get the lead here. He's not got the ERS to overtake Dan.
Dan is going to get the lead here. Look at the straight line speed of the Ferrari. The lead is back once again.
Fighting for dear life there, Dan is.
It kind of has to. He hasn't really got much of a choice.
Ooh,
All runs
makes a
deep low.
mistake.
Oh, and that could be the move that's costly. Because I don't think he's going to have the grip through the middle part of the lap to keep up with the soft drivers.
There comes Valentine as well. Is he going to get the move done? I think he is. It's going to be... Oh, and he's not. Dan is absolutely fighting for everything he's got. And Valentine gets another second.
And that is why, because he's trying to force these guys into mistakes. And look at that, Valentine, 6 seconds now.
He can just let him go now. There you go. Ooh, and he's still going to fight it, though.
He's not going to let him go. Oh, Robin's spun again.
There he goes.
Yes.
Dan absolutely putting on a brilliant show for us here tonight.
Max in a good position.
Geordie's just gone as well. Nobody to catch him, really. Valentine can't catch him.
Well, he's got a 4.3 second lead effectively, hasn't he? Over everyone else. Actually, no, saying that, Dan's got past Valentine. Shock. Who would have thought that one was coming?
I mean, Dan is just... He's just really defending, isn't he? He's just really using his
Sygate's come in, and cleverly, he's come in and he's going to, knowing that he's fallen off the back, he now put onto fresh air softs. He's going to go for fastest lap because he has a gap to Spud behind him. Because Spud and Robin are having a who can have the most spins contest at the moment.
He's got the fastest lap so far. It is Mac with an 18.9. Surely, though, Sygate should be able to beat that. He's, in fact, got the slowest time of everyone so far. It's a 120.3 for Sygate. But surely, though, that soft tyre is going to help him out massively. Spud's span again. And I think he's just going to spin his way to the end of the race.
Once you drive the car here, it's very difficult to gain it back. Right. So, this will be round 3 between Dan and everyone else. Mac, Cornish and Valentine looking to hunt this podium down.
It's not going to be possible. Dan is just way too fast in a straight line.
It is, but this is it's the battle for 4th and 5th. I'm intrigued by this. Is for 2nd and 3rd effectively on the podium if it all goes well.
Yeah, Mac really putting the pressure on Cornish, and there he goes. And I think Dan is actually going to stay on the podium so far because CLR.
Yeah, I can't now look at the thing because I've just had an error. Great.
Yeah, Sygate, well, and he's crashed on track. He's retired on track as well, or crashed on purpose. I don't really know.
I'm gonna go with if it's on what I've seen from last night from the all, it would be on purpose. So they will. Yeah.
And Valentine's got another 3 seconds, so that is. I think that is pretty much him out of contention for the podium. It's Sygate though. Is he going to go for the win? Here he comes though. Geordie has done absolutely everything right, and he's going to come home to win the Imola Grand Prix. Dan in 2nd, Valentine in 3rd. However, Cornish Mantis on penalties is going to grab P2. Pipertech is going to grab P4. And Sygate coming around. He's 1.3 seconds up. Is this going to be enough for the fastest lap? I think it is, because he's been absolutely pushing the whole lap here. Could this be his first fastest lap of the race in EU3 this season? Here he comes up to the line. It's going to be fast, isn't it? It's going to be very fast. And there he comes. It is the fastest lap of the race. Spud looked like his day. Wasn't his day. Looked like his day again. And then it was just not his day today. He's going to come home 2nd last, but still P7. I mean, it's been a very interesting interesting display from the EU3 drivers today. Real life also looked very not his day today. Spinning around a few times, especially in the last laps of the race. He's going to come home in P8 as the last driver. Valentine is not super happy with his finishing position today, and 8th for real life.
I would love to say I saw the end of that race, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think we're just going to go over that. Could you be a good... Well, could you be a lovely fella and
person, yes.
Dan and Cornish Mantis and Geordie to the party?
What a result for the Mantis. Who would have thought?
What a result, yeah. Hard tyres to the end there. He did not pit for soft tyres. As you see on the podium, he's standing there on the second step of the podium. There we are.
You're going to have to invite the other two. I'm having a massive PS5 software issue here.
Nope. Alright. No worries. Just going to get B&B Geordie and Dan into the party. There you go. I cannot invite them either, interestingly enough. I'm gonna try and see if I can do it by my phone. It should be possible. B&B Geordie, he's already part of the group, and X427 Dan. They're part of the group, so no issue there. And I'm gonna head into the game again so we can move over to the Williams car. Hope Geordie joins this time around. Oh, the settings are just confusing. There you go, Williams car in focus. Let's hope Geordie joins the party. If not, though, would you start with Dan there, Matty?
Do I have to?
Hello, Petal.
Hello.
Think so. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there's no voice. Oh no, I can't say it because I have to give away money. But that is a
No, I'm not having this. That was a tactical masterclass from the wizard.
Oh, of course.
He guided me with perfection, it has to be said, both in setup and strategy. And if it wasn't for my mistake running wide at Villeneuve, I have a feeling I may have been able to keep Geordie behind and potentially get the win on track as well. But such is life.
I've seen that defensive display one too many times. I was having flashbacks of watching you and Ricky. That's...
Well, Ricky did it to me. That's where I learnt my craft of defending.
You made that Ferrari as wide as possible.
Yes, and surprisingly quick actually. I was surprised with just how quick we were, to be honest, because we were running wings still. But we were so much quicker than everybody else. I'm not quite sure why.
Looked an absolute bullet in a straight line.
It was fabulous.
There's nothing really else to say, really.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, to be honest,
I'm shocked
trying
more
to
than
get that
anything.
3 seconds taken off, because it was, I don't know if you caught it on stream, but me and Dan were going side by side into the Variante Alta. And he
Yes, and
outbraked
you both escapade in separate ways.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get it changed to a warning if I can, so then that'll be the 3 seconds off and I'll jump back to P2, but we'll see what the stewards say.
Right, cheers. I'm going to move on to Cornish Mantis. Cornish Mantis pretty much under the radar for most of the race, but in the end, not pitting for that soft tyre was really a big help for you. What went behind that decision?
Mainly, the only reason I did it was just because everyone went in for softs. Just a part of me, I nearly pitted just because people in my party telling me to, but I just couldn't do it. I figured if I can make these hard tyres last, then I might actually cause these guys a bit of a problem when their softs start to go out, and that ended up proving to be the case.
And it really did work a charm for you as you saw Dan in front of you, well, on track in front of you, absolutely defending for dear life. Did that help you out towards the end there, or was it your own driving that got you to P2?
Well, for me, most of the race was a bit messy. Like, at one point, I thought I was down and out for the rest of the race, and safety cars ended up helping me. And at the end there, once they got penalties, I figured there's no point in trying to push these hard tyres any further because they're already on the brink. There was a couple of occasions where I nearly lost it in those final laps, so I just figured if I stay behind the guys with penalties, I'll be able to stay on the podium. It ended up working out.
You've got to say it really did work out, as Valentine, I believe, or who was it, span around, which gave you the position of P4, I believe, on track. But yeah, not much more to add from that. Great job today, getting your
Thank you very much.
second
Yeah, it was
podium
very
of the
much
season.
needed. Thank you.
Cheers. Marty, do you wanna take the race leader here?
Oh, I would love to. Where is he?
Geordie.
He better be here. He better be here. Can we call you the champion now, or when can we do that?
I hope it's good. That's well.
It's getting closer and. Another win. Another player. I think he's driving and staying in control, by the way. Undersell you here, but another chilled race apart from safety car as well. Yeah, so it's difficult to the race because there are so many safety cars. So when I'm in the rhythm, I'm full commitment to myself, and I can just drive the race. But every time the safety car comes, so I have to be sharp in the safety car, and I was. And the last safety car I was really in doubt to stop or not. When I went for a stop, and I was happy to get P1 back because there was so fucking far, sorry for my language, so fucking far on the train. It was unbelievable. I was like in the corner of the town, waiting to see what I will pass him, but with DRS
Looks like it's gonna. Sorry. Looks like it's gonna bring you to 111 points for you, Mr. Geordie. Behind you is Dan with his 15 points today on 52. Absolutely. And, of course, sadly, this is the end of round 6 in Season 10. It has been me, Marina Rat, and Matty Robbo speaking tonight's race for you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, there is another race later on in the American tiers. I believe that is AM2, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. Next week, we're back and racing, of course, as always. And what is next week, Matty?
I would love to tell you, but I have no internet. I have no internet in my house, so the fact I'm still here is just like some kind of wizardry.
Well, the next week is headed to the Styrian Mountains of Spielberg, the Red Bull Ring. Make sure to join us for next week's edition of EU3, and good night.